Let him cook. Let him cook now. Let him cook. I said let him cook.
But he was the chef up north.
What's happening, family? What is happening? This is a late night tap in. We're checking into the community kitchen, y'all. And if you didn't know, now you know. This program is brought to you by Bloodline Films from the Soil, Black American docuseries where we travel all around the country, waking up culture, cuisine, and of course the Black American grassroots advocates in pursuit of reparative justice. This is on the next podcast, and everything we cook up comes out of the community kitchen. I'm your host, Chef C, y'all. We got a single course for today. All right. Now, for those of you who didn't know, they tried to throw the book at your boy Trump. $83 million? Are you serious? And shout out to everybody that's in here. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. $83 million for defamation. Is that what we really doing in 2024? So we gonna make it make sense, y'all, when we get right back after these brief commercials. My name is Chef C, and we'll be right back. This is on their next podcast.
Yep. Okay. You already know. You already know what it is. It's your boy Jock. Hold up, Griff. Y'all ready? I don't think y'all ready. Hey, Griff, bring in the cat. Yes. Oh. Yes. Oh. 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 Yes. Oh. Yes.
Most definitely. Shout out to my brother Negro and the family that's in the chat right now, and the rest of the family that's in here from the various platforms, y'all. I've been checking this stuff out. I knew something told me that they were gonna run a play, and it didn't come. Actually, it came faster than I thought it would, to keep you 100 with y'all, right? But before we get into this, y'all, you know I got to get my music popping. So tonight we slowing it down because this is a late night tap in. Shout out to my brother Negro, man. If you want to tap in, bro, definitely tap in. I sent you the link. But ladies and gentlemen, they are running the treasonous play. Now, what I got for y'all today is some crazy receipts. I did homework, heavy homework, y'all. All right? And I definitely want to make some things make sense for everybody listening. Right? Now, we've been following this election process this year. Everybody's been pretty tuned in, very thorough, right? And the first and foremost, Trump is the only president we've known, right, to have any charges brought up on him. Former president charges brought up on him, brother. Then again, they come back and they run the play again and say, you know what? Let's make sure we bring this shit up. They tried to hit him with almost a Cosby. But see, listen, I want to make it make sense to the family. This 83 ain't just no regular 83, right? This is not just about charging him, put a case on his head. That 83, you got to understand the play from the Democratic Party. Now, I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I just see the bullshit when I see the bullshit. Right? And I definitely want to hear from the family. If y'all up late night, definitely, family, tap in. Don't hesitate to tap into this thing. Okay? Because, listen, we got to make all of this shit make sense. And y'all probably saying, well, shut, what the fuck you talking about? Well, I got you. I got you. You understand? Shout out to my brother Negro tapping in first thing today. What's happening, Negro? What's happening with you? All right. So now, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring up this little piece of shit. Let's bring up the charges so we make it make sense for everybody. Because I don't want to just give you rhetoric. Right? We don't want to do that today. Jury orders Trump to pay Jean Carroll more than $83 million, y'all. More than 83 mil for defamation.
Yo, they pulled a Cosby.
They pulled
Or a Diddy. I meant Diddy.
They pulled a Cosby, a Kelly, a Diddy, or whatever. They pulling them, brother Negro. They pulling it, right? But see, we got to understand something. It's not just about running the play on some protect women shit. She's just, again, all of these women, you're finding out that the women got the same kind of energy as any other predator out there. She just got a cooch, and these other cats got penises. We got to make it make sense here today, right? 83 million for quote unquote defaming a female. Let's go ahead and read on this, y'all. I got the paperwork tonight. Right? Now, let's talk about it a touch here. And this article is coming from the Washington Post. Fair use by the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowances made for fair use for learning purposes and educational purposes. New York, a civil jury on Friday ordered Donald Trump to pay the writer Jean Carroll more than $83 million for her for defaming her, a hefty financial penalty that doubled as a remarkable denunciation of his rhetoric. Okay, so they could just tap on an extra bubble just to do it when they feel like doing it. Shout out to the American quote unquote justice system. See, they can pull this up. It's funny how they know all types of rules and laws, and there's no statute of limitation with anything, but they allow Caroline Bryant raggedy ass to go to her grave even after having admitted on television that she made the whole lie up. But let's keep on reading, family. Let's keep on reading here. Now, just so we know real quick, I don't want to go too far. I need to give y'all some context, right? Who is Jean Carroll? Right? Some of you might be saying, Chef, who is this chick? Who is she? Well, she was a little a comedian, y'all. Just a comedian, old school comedian back in the day, okay? And she just happened to bump and rub elbows with them people. Trump is one of them people, okay? And you know Trump, he infamous for saying he would touch some coochie here and there, okay? Now again, a lot of these women, nobody's a victim until they're a victim, quote unquote. And then they're doing it for all future victims to prevent it from happening to them. Get the fuck out of here. See, here's what I'm not even going to get into what I believe that they're really trying to run, what play they're really trying to run yet, but I'm not going to do that just yet, y'all. Let's give some more context, okay? Let's do that. Now, okay? The federal court jury verdict delivered a stinging courtroom loss to the former president. Look at it, and look at the Washington Post. a stinging courtroom loss to the former president as he closes in on another Republican presidential nomination. Why does this matter? Why does any of that matter? See, they trying to get their licks in. Washington Post, I see you. I see you, Washington Post, getting your little lick in. Anyway, let's keep on reading, y'all. At the same time, it illustrated the degree to which Trump's year could be defined as much by courtrooms as the campaign trail. Still taking licks. Family. But let's keep on reading a little bit more for y'all. Trump is facing a tangled web of potential financial and legal jeopardy, including 4 criminal cases and civil fraud. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, civil fraud. This nigga here, they trying to throw the whole book at him to keep him from winning this thing. Okay, but let me keep on reading a little bit more, family. Let me read a little bit more. Trump is facing a tangled web of potential financial and legal jeopardy, including 4 cases and civil fraud case that could also end with a monetary penalty. Now remember, y'all, what is necessary for any campaign trail? What you got to do when you're campaigning? You need finances, right? And if they drain Trump of whatever financial backing that he has, ultimately to win this thing, because they know he's determined to get his lick back, he may dip into the campaign funds and ultimately lead to disqualification.
Hey, brother Chef.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It is a lick back. So I did some digging. So I want to know, who is this judge as well? You know, he was nominated by Bill Clinton.
Oh, sir, the Negro. Hold on, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
posted it up, my information in the private chat for ballotpedia.org. Louis Campbell. I looked up his information, like who is this judge and why is he letting this ride, and where was the area was that? It was in New York, and that judge was appointed by Bill Clinton. So it gives a little bit more context. That's all.
I love the Democratic treason plays. The treasonous Democratic plays. They gonna run their plays, Negro. They gonna run them plays, brother. It is amazing. They don't care, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta remember, okay, that this same Democratic Party told you that they would never mandate the wax to go on your arm. And then later on down the road, your very president, Mr. Change gonna come, right? Then comes out and says to the American citizens across the country, we've been patient with you. Our patience is running out. Hold on, sir. You just told us you would never mandate. What happened to that energy? Got you. Let's keep on going, though, y'all. Let's keep on going. Heavy receipt by the Negro. Shout out to you. Trump is facing... Okay, let's keep on going with this. This case marked the second time in less than a year that jurors have concluded that Trump wronged Carol and owed her recompense. She accused him in 2019 of sexually assaulting her 2 decades earlier, and Trump responded with a string of denials and vitriolic attacks on her that continue to this day. Carol filed 2 civil lawsuits as a result, saying Trump's denials and remarks shattered my reputation while prompting a flood of harassing and threatening messages from his supporters. Wow. This chick is going full Karen and everything, y'all. She going full Karen just to crash out for the Democrats. Shout out to everybody that's tapped in with us right now. This is some of the wildest shit I've ever seen here. We are in a very different time. Okay? But I'm gonna make a lot of stuff make sense for y'all. You gotta understand why they're going so hard in the paint at Trump. Remember, his promise to Americans and even Black Americans, right, that he would shut down the border first thing as soon as he get up in there. Trump is on that time. He poses a major threat to the Democratic Party, even the Democratic election. Okay, they're hoping to get back up in there, but folks ain't really getting it popping with the Democrats like that. Y'all know, like I know. Can we keep that 100? Y'all know, like I know, we not really popping with the Democrats. Most folks know they not getting it in there, but let's keep on reading. Shout out to the Negro. I see them receipts coming through. Another lawsuit.
Yeah, these receipts are pretty deep with this guy.
Yes, sir.
People wasn't feeling that judge, brother. 200 complaints on this guy's head.
Let's elaborate on that. Shout out to everybody that's tapping in. Late night, morning type of time. We getting in the flow with this. Shout out to everybody that's tapped in. Let's talk about them receipts you giving me, sir. The judge in New York, former Democrat, right? Appointed by a Democrat is what you said, correct?
Yes, and they said the International Association of Democrat Lawyers. So this sounds like immigrant lawyers that have a direct issue with this guy or something of that effect. So it goes on. This is September 1st, 2020. So it's relatively, I would say, old, but somewhat kind of current. Dozens of legal organizations around the world representing more than 500,000 lawyers, along with over 200 individual lawyers, today submitted a judicial complaint documenting a series of shocking violations of judicial code of conduct by the judge.
Wow.
So, yeah. And they said that he was targeting human rights lawyer Steve Dozier after he helped indigenous people win a historic judgment against Chevron in Ecuador to clean up the pollution caused by decades of oil drilling with no environmental control.
Oh man, ladies and gentlemen,
I'll be digging, brother.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Negro with a receipt, if there was ever one. You had to get a bomb for that one. We had to give the Negro a bomb for that. Matter of fact, one more late night bomb for the Negro, ladies and gentlemen, with that receipt.
Damn, where you get this, son?
Man, I mean, that's crazy, y'all. He's already got a track record, and when we're talking about that shitty judge over there has a track record of doing backdoor shit. He's a hitman for the Democratic Party. He's a hitman, y'all. And them people over there just said, let's call in the favor to our guy, because we got that guy over there. We got that judge in our back pocket. Let's make sure he do what we need him to do in New York. Let's make sure we get him to do that. It's time to call that favor in. The Democrats, ladies and gentlemen, we need to be honest at this stage of the game. They've been very consistent with telling us one thing and moving the goalposts in another direction. This is what they've always done. And when I show y'all some more stuff today, late night broadcasts, you're gonna understand what I'm talking about. Okay? And I'm gonna show it to you, and it's gonna hurt y'all. And then, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna make it make sense for you. Because many of y'all always want to know, why are they letting so many illegal immigrants in? Well, I have the full answer for you, ladies and gentlemen. But let's read the rest of this, y'all. Let's read the rest of this. Another lawsuit. Well, after one of her lawsuits went to trial last year, a jury found that Trump's aid and defamed Carroll and awarded her a combined $5 million in damages. Because of that verdict, U.S. District, Judge Lewis A. Kaplan, who oversaw both cases, said the separate jury hearing, this trial, would only have to determine whether Trump owed Carroll additional damages, and if so, how much. Jurors needed about 3 hours to say he did, and much more than last year. Most of the 83.3 to be exact, y'all, million in damages on Friday was 65 million in punitive damages, along with 18.3 million in compensatory damages. So they ran it up on him. They ran it up on him, y'all. That shit is crazy, bruh. So they couldn't find nothing else to do other than try to run the tab and attempts to bankrupt his campaign. Right? So if you bankrupt the candidate, you bankrupt the campaign. They're trying to get him to do some other wild shit. They got nothing on the guy. The Republicans are dropping out. Other candidates are dropping out left and right. Democrats looking real trash. Sleepy Joe is more than likely asleep right now. He ain't got no motion, no flyness. Just because he thought he went out to the Carolinas to meet with that father and son. Apparently some bootleg blacks out there, right? Went out there and did the whole caping and talk about the damn cookout. Listen, we got a problem here. Let's keep on going, though, y'all. Let's keep on going. Boom. We're going to read some more, ladies and gentlemen. Jurors needed about 3 hours to say he did, and much more than last year. So the total, y'all, right? They broke it down. On Friday, they hit him with 65 million, and then 65 in punitive, and then on top of that, they threw another 18.3 in compensatory damages. So they said, listen, we're going to get you, motherfucker. We don't like the way you running around here. We're running it up on you. All right? Trump, who's appealing the verdict from last year, quickly vowed to do the same with this latest outcome, posting on social media that it was ridiculous and saying that the courts were being used as political weapon. Talk that. Now, my brother Negro, that goes back to your receipt, sir. That this judge, what you say the judge name was, brother Negro?
The judge name is Lewis Kaplan or
Lewis
Kaplan.
Kaplan, that's right.
Yeah, KAPLAN. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, he has some weird stuff. I was looking up some more stuff. I found some more dirt underneath that fingernail. Um, I think he's also tied in with the Rudy Giuliani case as well. I'm just double checking. I gotta see. And they said that he might have been a key player in that case as well. So, are they using this guy as to sandbag these guys? Like, because that's like, why is this not looked at as a conflict of interest?
Correct,
You know?
sir.
Like that would be like and then again, like, who's really investigating these guys? You know, they're not on their job. Man.
Well, that's my sentiment, sir. I couldn't agree with you more. You know, that's too close to the grain. And see, in any other cases, we're not allowed to do stuff like this. But these cats, they just break the rules. They don't really give a shit. Here is Lewis Kaplan right here. Okay? So in case anybody wanted to know what this dude looked like, this is him right here. Yeah, another goofy. Another bought and paid for Democrat shield. Right? So we got to keep this thing rolling, though. All right. He has denied wrongdoing in all cases, civil and criminal, and claimed that he is being politically targeted, y'all. And that's a fact. All right. We've never seen anything of this magnitude take place with any other president, candidate, or sitting president. Right? Never seen anything like this. They moved this man's name off the ballot in Colorado. They did all type of stuff. Okay? Never done before. How is that not treason and illegal? Tampering. Right? So much for the Constitution. But remember, you got to keep in mind, this is the same party. And when I talk about party, I'm talking about the Democrats, who will remind Black Americans about our ancestors dying for our right to vote. This is the same party that does it. They'll walk around saying that stuff and making sure that they remind Black folks. They're going to remind Black folks, remember, your ancestors died for you to run out there and cast that ballot for my Democratic Party. But see now, the wild card has always been Black America. Okay? And they know if you ain't got Black Americans flying with you, yeah, you got a really shitty time coming ahead of you. Okay? And now when you hearing Black Americans around the country speaking out loud, talking about they going to the red side of things, Democrats are panicking. And they say, you know what, shit, we got to do something, whatever. Right? So let's keep on going with this show. Okay?
Hey, Brother Chef, can I tap in for a sec?
Yes, sir.
Yo, it's not just Colorado. They're talking about at least 35 states.
Yes, sir.
Filed to get Trump. Yo, I posted up in the chat for you, so you can this is crazy, man. Like, there's like, we can't have these actors out here voting for Trump now.
Listen, you can't have them dudes. You can't have them Negroes out there voting for that boy. Okay. Yeah, over 35 of them, brother Negro. And that's the wild part about it. Like, I'm just sitting here, you know, it's crazy. 35 states have moved the goalposts, essentially. That's illegal, y'all. It's illegal. But let's keep on reading, fam. Let's keep on reading. After the verdict was announced, Trump's attorney, Alina Habba, directed her criticism at the judge and suggested that Kaplan had restricted her ability to put on a case. Sounds about white. Tampering with evidence, etc., etc. Right, right. Before the trial got underway, Kaplan wrote that the case would not relitigate Carroll's accusations, saying that the material facts concerning the alleged SA have already been determined, and this trial will not be a do-over of the previous trial. He also blocked Trump from offering testimony or evidence suggesting or implying that he did not S.A. Carroll. Okay, so he didn't. So they didn't even call the man to the doggone stand. They didn't even let him get up on top of the stand and defend himself. Wow, that's some wild shit right there, and it's illegal. After Hobbit exited the courthouse Friday following the verdict, she said, "Before I walked into court, the judge decided every single defense President Trump had, we were not allowed to raise in front of the jury." The case said, she said, was a violation of our justice system. So there were no counter arguments being permitted within the courtroom via Kaplan. Kaplan wouldn't let nobody say nothing. That's so illegal, y'all. It's beyond illegal. But let's keep on reading here. All right? Now, Carroll did not speak while leaving the courthouse, but released a statement later through her attorney saying that it was a great victory for every woman who stands up when she's been knocked down, and a huge defeat for every bully who has tried to keep a woman down. All right, I'm not going to do no more of that bullshit article.
Hey, can I tap in real quick?
Tap in, brother. Go ahead, brother Negro.
Yeah. I found out more about this Elizabeth Jean Carroll. She's an American journalist, author, and an advice columnist.
Right.
She was on As E. Jean. Huh? What the hell? Like, I don't know. That sounds weird. And she did that from 93 to 2019. I would not be taking no advice with the makeup that she be putting on her face, man. Like, how can you get successful advice from a woman that look like that? I don't want to go too hard, though. But
Hold on. What you talking about? This one? Or this chick?
I don't know, but
or this one.
She just looked horrible all the way around, brother. Like she's like oiled milk, like spoiled milk, brother. Like spoiled milk.
Yeah. It's not even hitting the way she needed to hit. But Negro, we gotta go there tonight, sir. See, there's something very sinister about what's going on. Okay. And again, there hasn't been a president to this point who's talked so highly against immigration other than Trump. Really putting his foot down on closing those borders, sending folks back home, right? And the Democratic Party look at Black Americans like, listen, we use y'all for as long as we can use y'all. But now time is up. Okay? We need new blood in here. We need new blood. And now that y'all starting to buck up a touch, yeah, we got to get y'all out the way. What do I mean by buck up? All right? What do I mean by buck up, Negro? So let me go ahead and pause this real quick, right? Let me go ahead and pause this, and we're going to share the screen so people can get an understanding of what type of time I'm on right now. Okay, because we got a bunch of nonsense that's got to we got to make it make sense here, you know. And I really, we really haven't been able to get a conversation, an honest conversation going. Now, the first Negro that came out was your boy Van Jones, all a while ago, right? The very beginning of the election, Van Jones came out. You know, it it was gonna be a lovely day. Now, if you leave it to Van Jones, it was gonna be a lovely day. It's gonna be different for Negroes, right? Biden represents the change that we always wanted to see, etc., etc. He can look his kids in the eyes and all of this shit, right? Well, listen here. Just a reminder to you, to a lot of you who are still staunch Democrat people. Let's see here.
Well, it's easier to be a parent this morning. It's easier to be a dad. It's easier to tell your kids character matters. It matters. Telling the truth matters. Being a good person matters. And it's easier for a whole lot of people. If you're Muslim in this country, you don't have to worry if the president doesn't want you here. If you're an immigrant, you don't have to worry if the president's going to be happy to have babies snatched away or send dreamers back for no reason.
This nigga.
This is vindication for a lot of people who have really suffered.
Man,
Damn, my
listen.
nigga. Like, yo, my bad. I don't even like using
Negro. Oh, my brother Negro.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody.
Man, listen, man. What the this nigga boo-hoo and the slippery nose Negro. What say you about that nonsense? See, that was Van Jones. Remember when Van Jones came out with all of that shit, extra snotty nosed and all of that? It was supposed to be a new day for him and his kids. What say you on that clip, brother Negro?
I think his paperwork is on trial. His paperwork is definitely on trial. I don't think he's from the lineage, so we shouldn't claim him. He's not from the lineage. From what I've heard, the verdict's not out on him as of yet. So we have to stay on standby on that. Also, I looked up something that was very interesting. When you talked to, I wanted to see how many presidents were anti-immigration. They said about 16 presidents were over 100 years, 16 presidents ago. They look at the anti-immigration acts. So they talk about the various different ones. So I don't think it was 16, but they talked about in that time frame that they were pushing a lot of different immigrant acts to prevent people to go to the United States.
Interesting.
And also, there's one that might be even more interesting. Tim Cotton, a Republican, he was talking about pushing the Chinese Exclusionary Act, and especially in STEM.
Got it. Now it's all making sense. Yeah. All of that's making sense right now, Negro. You got listen, man. Listen, I am in a different place. I'm learning that these cats right now, first and foremost, the immigration thing, it has gotten way out of hand, and they've been telling us what they plan to do all this time with this whole black and brown. Remember, they kept proximity in that to any of our issues. They kept lining it up next to us, right? Now, who's the first group of people that they're allowing to come over here? A bunch of immigrants. But see, the thing is, on the flip side, right? Cats got to stop acting like immigrants are only Latinos. They're Caucasians, right? Irish were immigrants. Italians were immigrants, etc. There was a lot of folks, Asians, immigrants, right? But then the next play that they had to set up was the Latino play. Because remember, for a long time, you got to remember the talking point was always black and white. Black and white when you talk about social issues, civil issues, black and white, black and white. In the last 20 years, you saw that shift to black and brown, black and brown, black and brown. They've been setting the play up for decades, bro. And I'm gonna play something right now that's gonna set that up even more, right? Because on the flip side of it, see what they didn't plan, what they didn't anticipate, that some of the Latinos, the legal Latinos here, don't care for the illegal immigrants coming over here. And they're willing to pick up arms and lay them down. Democratic Party didn't plan for that, bro. They didn't plan for that. I'm gonna play something for y'all. And this is a lady by the name of Valentina Gomez. Okay. She's got something to say about this, and she's not really fly on none of it. She's not going for the play. I don't know what she be on in real life, but I know what this statement is. To make a statement this bold in public tells us that this is a different ball game right now, and everybody not going for the bullshit. So let's go ahead and play this.
Each state is a border state, so I'm calling on the 27 Republican governors of the United States to declare a unified state of emergency in response to the illegal invasion of the United States.
She called it illegal invasion. Her name is Valentina Gomez. Democrat Party ain't playing for this. They didn't plan for this, Negro. For them to even have that kind of language.
I'll go one step further with you on this, brother.
Yes,
I'm gonna say that they're radicalizing these individuals. These individuals some of them have anti-black or anti-Negro sentiments, as an anti-Negro phobia. If they don't believe it, they can look it up. And I'm concerned that if they have these type of sentiment with other darker melanated individuals, I think that that's going to inflame and enrich that behavior. And that's my problem that I'm going to see with this.
Well, I would say this, brother Negro. For me, fam, I really, and this is one of them late conversations. But I personally do not mind legal immigrants having the rhetoric that she does, especially if she's willing to take up arms against them and get them up out of here, help with the exportation. This is, again, for me, this is to crash the whole Democratic fallacy. The ball game, the play that they've been running is getting knocked down because, again, you got legalized immigrants who are saying, listen, the rest of them, they might be my cousin, they may be my sister, brother, my abuela, but they didn't come here and do all of that shit that I did. They didn't take the pledge that I had to take, right? They didn't do it the legal way. They got to get up out of here. I'm not paying taxes for them. I like that rhetoric, but let's play some more of her.
Both the DOJ and DHS are weaponized, so you must enact your emergency powers to protect your citizens.
Missouri. Listen, we're in a different time. Shout out to cats that's tapping in late night time. We're in a different time now, brother Negro. I've never seen anything this high level of outrage from people. Uh, especially it's their own. Listen, here's what I need to bring up. Let's bring up a stat, sir.
Can I? While you bring up the stat, can I
Go
delve
ahead, brother
into
Negro.
that? You know that I agree that I'm gonna go to the street term with this. It's nothing more annoying than a faker. These are fake white people, right? That are getting unearned benefits, cosplaying whiteness, and then promoting ideas that could be viewed as anti-black or anti-melanated. And they are attacking, like they have this disdain for a lot of other groups. The Haitians. I'm not caping for any of these illegals or anything of that nature, but I'm more or less looking at the level of hatred and how that could spill over into our community while we're just minding our own business. That's what I'm concerned about, that they're radicalizing these guys and they have resources.
Well, I will say this, sir. This lady appears to be a legal citizen, right? And if there's, and I know many others that are like her who share the same sentiment and are willing to take action. What I agree on a common level with you is that, again, we've been mandated to take all types of shots and things like that to be able to move freely throughout the United States. Okay? These people who are coming over, they don't have to take any kind of shots. Wax is for just used as a code language, right? They didn't have to get vaccinated, right? They don't have to do any of that stuff. They're coming over here. They get some people getting 5,000, others are getting 7,000, and some are getting $9,000 a month. While Black Americans and other Americans are suffering, having issues, paying their insurance, rents, mortgages, etc., etc. These giveaways, these goodies, but I'm going to show you why it's happening, y'all. See, I didn't even get to the good stuff, y'all. I didn't get to the good stuff, but I want to direct your eyes to this chart I got on this board on the screen. The chart is what the World Economic Forum is using. And I put this up a couple other times in a few of my other broadcasts. They're using this to gauge our current economic standing. Again, people come out with arguments like Ply stupid ass. These folks done did all type of shit to get over here to come over and cut your grass and do the jobs that you don't like. Ply, shut your bitch ass up. And under this, y'all see the scale here. It's got resilience and inclusiveness leading the charge. 55.9% in the inclusiveness. Resilience at 52.8%, y'all. This is nothing other than indicating what these immigrants, these illegal immigrants, are doing to get over here. But they're using this to gauge how, quote unquote, well we're doing as a nation to justify who gets resources and who does not. This is the World Economic Forum, y'all. Some stupid ass holistic matrix chart to say, okay, we don't need to inject more resources, monetary resources into communities such as the Black American community that need it. We got inclusiveness. We got people coming across the border who need these resources. Let's put them up in Chicago 5-star hotels, right? In New York, let's give them some scooters and shit. Make sure they get around and slide wherever they need to slide to do these Ubers, right? Or be able to go ahead and drop off these damn Uber Eats, these Postmates. Somebody got to do the Postmate. So we gonna give them a scooter. Huh? California. Let's get some of them niggas out of there in California. Let's put some of them other ones up in there. Let's give it back to the Mexicans, the illegal ones. See, we are in a very dangerous situation. Not just Black Americans, but America as a whole, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Brother Negro, give me the quote that you got, sir. You say you got a quote from Brother Dr. Claude Anderson. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, the great elder will be in the building in approximately 8 hours. Set your reminder, y'all. He's going to be live on the platform here. I'm so excited to bring that to y'all. Yes, we got an elder, certified elder himself. Been talking that talk since we've known it. A lot of niggas ignored him. Okay? He's coming back to give it to you live. So make sure you set your calendars, set your reminder. 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Panel conversation live with the elder. Brother Negro, you got the flow.
Thank you, good brother. This is on page 192 to 193 in Powernomics. He goes on to say Hispanics and other so-called minorities are competing against blacks, whether the blacks overcast knows it or not. Some Hispanic groups are even more competitive and freely state their intent to totally displace black on the American agenda. It goes on to say, in the spring of 1997 on C-SPAN aired a conference session for the Council of La Raza. Several speakers spoke openly and empathetically about how Hispanics would change the issues in the country from black and white to white and Hispanic. That was what when you were saying that, see, when you say certain things, or people say certain things, I can grab the book and break it down exactly depending on what we're talking about, get the right ancestor's voice. You know, gotta get the ancestor's voice right.
That was a Brother Negro. Gotta bring that in. Got to give the Brother Negro his respect on that receipt. Powernomics, y'all. Our elder will be speaking on that tomorrow. He's been telling us what was going to go down. And damn it, if the man wasn't on point for decades. Man. Listen, let's go ahead and go to the next John, man. We are dealing with a full-blown invasion, right? From Negroes to stomp down legalized immigrants, which I gotta respect them.
On Razor.
But then you got crash out bootlegs. You always got a bootleg who will crash out at any given chance to make sure that massa comes through and pats this nigga on the head. And for those of you who know, you know who the hell I'm talking about, y'all. But just in case you forgot. All right. It's going to be your boy right here, Mr. Beep, 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 beep himself. This nigga Roland Martin.
Some of y'all just thinking about the next 6 months to a year. And I get these black people, man, they coming over here, they taking our jobs.
Wrong.
Listen to me, black people. These white supremacists got you using the same language.
That's right.
Look at this, another bootlick up there. Gotta watch out for all of these niggas, but I'm not.
Man, the nations of Roland rebuke thee. That's what I have to say. As Dina Roland, man, we rebuke thee.
I mean, look at and the women, you know, even though they on some bullshit too, they got more composure. You know what I mean with them. The niggas that are sassy are the two dudes. These are some sassy ass niggas. I digress. Let's play the track.
Using the same language as them. And I already know. I know all you FBA B1 dumbasses gonna run your mouth, do your video. See, there you go. He an anchor, baby. He Haitian. I'm not.
And if you were, so what?
Right. Mom and daddy from here. Grandparents from here. Great-grandparents from here. My maternal, paternal ancestors migrated from Haiti. That leaves me with 3 other grandparents, dumbasses. But, oh, and by the way, for all you dumbass FBA and B1 people, black immigrants account for 10% of the U.S. population. And so when we're talking about congressional seats and we're talking about apportionment, when we're talking about census dollars and stuff along those lines, guess what? Those black immigrants are included. So you're going to want that 10% because, see, you're going to want the number of folks who are black immigrants who are in Minnesota. You're going to want those black immigrants in Houston, largest Nigerian population. You're going to want those black folks from Liberia, black folks from Bermuda. See, this is when I need our people to stop listening to YouTube economists.
Nigga, we ain't your people.
That's what I was going to say. Who is this we? I know that Haitian people were oppressed by France, but where's this we? We're United States.
We not this nigga's people. I don't know. I can't. The sassiness of it all, man. It's just really, really sassy, loudmouth internet shit, man. Because when you roll up on a Jigglypuff nigga like this, it's not going to be the same energy. When you roll up on a piggly wiggly ass nigga like that, it's not the same. So a lot of these cats, he talking about YouTube. You on YouTube's too, sir. What you talking about? You're an economist on YouTube. Actually, you're a YouTube politician, sir. See, this bald head
activist.
Right, YouTube activist. You see, he living in his old glory days where he used to talk down to folks, and he was invited to all the brunches and shit. Nigga, you not fly no more. You was never fly, and see now you're even worse than you were before, and you're still. And now you're not getting invited to any brunches. Look at these losers. Anyway, let's keep playing the track.
Come on.
TikTok anthropologist and Instagram political scientist to understand the larger picture what we're dealing with here. You have to create a functioning system where you're processing people properly.
Let's start right there. Processing people properly. Shout out to the viewers that's still checking in with us late night.
I got a question for you, brother Chef.
Yes, sir.
Do you think that he's taking a shot at black intellectuals?
Of course he is.
Who is straying away from, I'll say, white mommy and white zaddy, white mommy, white daddy, however you want to talk about it. Like if we stray away from the plantation, the intellectual plantation, he wants to disrespect those black brothers and sisters, you know?
Right.
Like I get upset because I'm in the classrooms, man, because I see these type of things.
Mm-hmm.
And I see there's times where black people should be advocating and talking about themselves, and even if they get the lower grade, they should be standing on their truth. You know, man. Like I see a lot of selling out, bro. And it gets reinforced by these losers that are right here, like this guy Roland Martin. You know.
Well, you know, he's got to do that for the views. He's got to do it for his paymasters. Remember, that little network that he got over there had no juice. Okay. And once it had no juice, so they closed that shit down. The Black News Network or whatever the hell that was, threw him the fuck up out of there. And then he started the YouTube channel. Magically, he got a 100,000+ followers, but your view game is trash, and you got no comments, you got no engagements, my nigga. You're lying. And then when Biden got that $80 million to basically try to control media propaganda, this dude came out crying because he didn't get no money for his little home studio. Bitch ass. Nobody takes this piggly wiggly nigga serious. Nobody. But you know what? Just for content, I'm gonna play the rest of this because these are the talking heads. Remember, they're gonna get pedestalized somehow. Okay. These are the talking heads.
They're coming to a reparation task force near you.
Near you.
And then where they're also going. Because the last point I make here is this here. For all y'all people who are sitting here who are freaking out, guess what? Black and brown immigrants is what has changed the population shift and the electoral shift in places like Arizona.
Look at this nigga trying to think of something that sound like he has a clue what the fuck going on. Nigga, you don't know shit. You don't know what the hell is going on with anything. Roland Pinball Martin. You pinhead. He looks like a crackhead owl. Nobody take this dude serious, ladies and gentlemen. But again,
yo, what was the name of the husband from or the boyfriend from Bebe's Kids?
Man, I couldn't even tell you. Such a late night, John. I'm trying to get this program through, man. But listen, if you find them, shoot them to me. I put them up. I put the image up. Right now, the only thing I can think of when I see this dude is the owl. That's the only thing I see. An owl what that normally has an ascot, you know, but it ain't got the ascot on tonight. That's all I can see from this nigga. But again, more bullshit talking points, ladies and gentlemen. Let's keep on playing it here. Talking about that black and brown. That's why I stopped it. That black and brown when it used to be black and white. They know what they're doing. They drive it in your head for so long to where it becomes a second nature kind of a situation. Shout out to Coke Sharpton, ready to tap in with us. Shout out to Coke Sharpton. What's happening with you, Coke Sharpton? Late night tap in. What's happening with you? Cook up.
Hey, so yeah. Salute to the evening specials in the diner. You feel me? We stay with the deuce scrambled eggs and a couple of strips of bacon always on deck. Indeed. I see y'all serving it up in here. You know, the main chef on the skillet, Chef C. One of my favorite up and coming chefs. I see him out there, the Negro Knight. I had to just tap in on to salute to y'all first and foremost.
Yes, sir.
Before we get to these ass clowns,
right.
these microwavable ass clowns here. I want to, especially this is for Negro Night, because I know that the brother stay in the right circles with he really being academics better and himself to better his community. Hear how he talk. A lot of people out here, they get into academics just to come away with them Greek letters and them paddle spank red marks on their asses, pause. So with Roland, the thing I got you that he don't understand is, and this is what I want y'all to talk about, if you can, these folk are now saying that college degrees are not necessary to get jobs that previously required your masters, all of those your postdoctorates and everything like that. They just coming out saying, "Hey, let's scrub. You don't need college degrees." Google is hiring people straight out of high school these days on the LeBron Kobe program. So the thing about it is that we got some of the highest student loan debt, all of that stuff, and these folk are still carrying the water for these colleges. And here's the alley-oop. You don't know how much Biden already gave to the HBC. Well, Trump gave money to the HBCUs, but I digress. With all of this money that's going to the HBCUs and all of that stuff is coming out of Becky's pocket from her husband and her father. Salute to Spellman. You understand what I'm saying? We keep them pink toes on the board. We keep them pink toes as the founding father of the school. Salute to Howard and that white bust that everybody rub when they walk down to that courtyard. But what you gonna do then? The HBCUs are run by the tethers, and even the tethers figuring out, hey, I'm coming here and getting this high degree, and nobody gives a shit about it anymore.
Hey, Coke. Wait.
Coke.
Hold on, I'm gonna give you this, Negro. What it really is about though is because you know how to use that education and not wag your finger at your community. You use it to uplift your community. That's the alley-oop. These niggas get their degrees and they want to sit up on their high books. Salute to that nigga with all the damn books. They want to sit up on them high books all the time and don't ever read it and disperse the information to embetter their community. Salute to Negro.
Coke Sharpton.
Thank you, brother, yo, and thank you for the and salute, man. I just want to get put this out there. There's 4 states right now that's talking about getting rid of law license or attorney license. That's California, Vermont, Virginia, and Washington. I posted it up in the chat, and I'll give you the link and stuff. And they're also talking about 3 other states: Maine, New York, and Wyoming. See, I do agree with you on that. You have black students who did the right thing, who worked hard. Some of us built institutions, with the knowledge that we acquire on behalf to serve our community so we can have a better tomorrow, so we can be a competitive people. Right. And when I see these things that were used to erect to stop us from being competitive, like I'll even take it out of academia. I'll pull it to trades, like trade school, right? We had to pay some of us had to pay to get those skills, or they had to get it in high school or something of those effect. But the thing is, it's not something that should be offered and regularly with our students in our community, or it should be within the community that we live in, that they should have direct access to it, and some of them don't. They have to go out to other neighborhoods that are foreign to them, which gets prone to being attacked, bullied, and other racialized things. So these are the things that I see that goes on in academia. That is a serious problem. The other thing is we need to be using our black scholars a lot more. The ones that are on code. Yo, shout out to Dr. Clyde Winters, Dr. Shorts, of the world. A couple other ones that I really do appreciate. Dr. Claude Anderson. Man, it's a list. It's a list of Negro black scholars that I like to look at. So we definitely need to every chance we get in these academic hallways, uplift our ancestors. Because if we're not doing it, there's always somebody in the background trying to take something that don't belong to them and act like they built it. And I see it every day, and I'll be calling them out.
Open like a real understand. Listen, this is a situation. Late night cook up, where we have to delineation. It's never been more prevalent and necessary amongst our people. And if we're not the ones stepping up to the forefront here, we got a long road ahead of us, and it doesn't look like it's really that promising if folks don't step forward. But let me play the rest of this goofy, and then we'll move on to some other good information.
New
That's
Mexico,
Come on.
Georgia.
That's right.
See, this is the problem, Reese, that we got too many people listening to dumb folk on social media who are not fully understanding of what's going on here. And while these same people are yelling and screaming about migrants coming in, they don't even have remotely the same energy when it comes to advocating for public policy for the existing people that directly impacts us. They spend more energy trying to fight them versus, hold up, wait a minute, hold up. Let's make sure these folks are elected. Then let's make sure these dollars are apportioned. Because I'm going to say it again.
Right.
Congressman Bobby Scott was sitting here shoveling money to HBCUs when the Democrats can.
Here this nigga go. Here this fucking guy.
Wait. I thought Trump put more money in HBCUs than Biden.
That was a man. Listen, bro. Listen, the Negro. Way more. Them niggas, listen, they gave Harvard and all them other POWs, PWIs, 58.
Yo, them PWIs are PWO camps.
58 mil, bruh. 58 mil, and that was an individual. Man, they gave that 50, and then they came back and took the 58 mil and said, here, split that up amongst the rest of you HBCUs. Not for one institution. Y'all go ahead and share this and figure it out. That's how they did. This shit is crazy, yo.
My thing is, they didn't have enough law students to come run them down for that. Like, what is they law school doing? Like, there's no shots fired. I support my HBCUs, but brothers and sisters, we got to do better.
Listen. I don't support no HBCU. I'm gonna say it straight like that. This is me. Listen, bro. I'm about to get into my shit, man. I don't support HBCU. What the hell am I going to do with an HBCU bunch of people who think that anytime they come into space, you're supposed to bow down to them because they went to a quote unquote historical black college? I don't believe in any goddamn thing that comes up out of those institutions because they have made a deal with the devil to be silent when it comes to issues pertaining to Black Americans. You can't get me to get excited about nobody graduating from any of those institutions until you show me a collective, consistent effort from people who have graduated from those institutions doing something on behalf and to progress Black Americans collectively. I don't have the patience to walk around a person and all they can tell me is that they're going to invite me to a damn brunch. I can cook my own goddamn food. Don't invite me to the cookout. I'm the type of nigga, when I see folks like this and they try to get me to join a D9 or some kind of special fraternity, I'm like, nigga, I don't move in crowds. I move alone. Listen, the last time I seen any of those organizations come out and speak was on television. And all they was doing was stomping the yard. Nigga, I don't need you to show me how to dance. I'm the type of nigga that can slide my own way. When I dance, I'm in the kitchen because I really cook up things that move the needle forward for our people, whether it's feeding, whether it's educating, whether it's training. I move the needle forward on my own. I don't need to be a part of no group. I don't want to be a part of nobody's institution. Don't make me a part of nobody's organization because it's not moving the needle forward for our people. Until they can get on board with that, I don't want to hear shit about no HBCU. Now, let me go ahead and play the rest of this from this. Actually, I'm done with him. I'm not going to do that no more. I'm not doing it no more. And for many years, I'm the type, listen, it's unfortunately, just like many Black Americans around the country, first thing you told to do when you are able to vote is just go ahead and vote all blue, mark it all the way down. You don't know, you don't have no rhyme or reason. It is indoctrination right off the bat because this is the way we were raised in our households. Nobody questions anything, right? We do it off GP. Just go ahead, you go in there, you mark all blue, right? And that's where the fucking generational vote blue no matter who shit comes from. That's where it's coming from. And then it puts us in a situation here where now Black Americans are still giving more away to everybody else and don't have a goddamn pot to piss in. Now, listen, I shout out to Trump on this. And shout out to the Caucasians, the legalized immigrants that are on the right type of time right now. I got to give them their respect because they don't want them borders open no more. This is, listen, every once in a blue moon, everybody can get on the same page, right? And see how the threat of invaders can have some real major negative effects on their community. And people are all around the country saying the same thing. I mean, you hearing it from a whole bunch of folks. You've never heard this many people be on the same accord from different backgrounds in our lives. Okay? We haven't
Wire.
Yeah.
Some Democrats are
at
saying
least in this time,
the
in
president
our
needs to
time,
federalize.
we've never seen it. So here's what I want to do, ladies and gentlemen. I want to bring up something else, right? I want to bring up something else because look at here. Gavin Newsom. you got headlines coming out talking about folks have the right to defend themselves, right? Folks got the right to defend themselves. So let's go ahead and play this. I'm gonna stop this music and shout out to everybody that's hitting the Cash App and the Venmo. We appreciate y'all in the morning. Okay, but let's go ahead and play this track real quick.
This is doing is just very simple, and that is because the Biden administration has really truly abdicated its responsibility to secure the border and enforce the laws. Texas very simply is securing the border. And so we put up the razor wire that you were talking about, Bill, and we put up all these barricades that actually have denied illegal entry. And as you pointed out also in that screen, that there are criminals coming across our border. Texas has a right as a state to stop criminals from coming into our state, to make arrests of those criminals. And we have National Guard as well as Texas Department of Public Safety officers who are there to make those arrests and to deny illegal entry. And Joe Biden actually does have an option here. Joe Biden's option is to enforce the laws of the United States and stop this illegal entry.
Boom. Boom. Joe Biden out here breaking the law. Law, Biden citizen. Sure, ladies and gentlemen. Sure. Man.
Wait, Brother Shep, I think it's even more deeper with this one. I
Go
think
ahead.
he's breaking the oath of the office, which normally ends with fines and removal of office. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Something to that effect?
Yes, sir, Brother Negro. Actually, Brother Negro, clear your audio up. You sound like you sound far. I can't hear you.
Oh, I said that.
There you go. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
can you hear me now?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
the point, one of the things that I was suggesting is that is this guy breaking the oath of office with his action and or behavior? I think he is. And why is there not a removal on the Republican side to get him removed? They're trying to take Trump out the game. Take him out the game. I'm just saying, man. Like they need to play chicken and let and see them swerve off the road or something.
Well, one, we got to remember, they don't want this heifer. They don't want her to be president at all. They don't. Man, they over there counting. They counting the days, bro. They're hoping that they can go ahead and steal this thing again, like they did the first time around, right? Because they stole it. Okay. They're hoping they can come and steal it again and get her up out the way. So they keep her tucked away to do some of the dirty work and some of the bullshit work as well. All right. But they don't let her, they learned their lesson because anytime they gave her a mic in the past, she said some stupid shit. I'm not going to do anything to only help black people. No. Oh, they said, oh, get this bitch out of here. Get her up off the stage. Don't let her have no mic no more. And then she did a little Martin Luther King address where she read her speech, and they said, man, listen, make sure that y'all got that teleprompter ready to go, that she reads everything to her, no ad-libbing, no switching nothing up. You understand? Read it word for word and get her the hell up out of there.
Shout out to Ruby Bridges. Her trying to be like the first Little Rock 9. If this lady don't shut up, man. I was the first brown girl in a white school.
Right. Get your ass out of here. Ain't nobody trying to hear none of that bullshit you talking.
She the first politician to come out with her own her own leisure suit lingerie line with the pants.
Not
All
just
the
for
way,
Chicago for us. We
all the way
reached
down.
Right. Bruh, I mean, listen, man. This is the stuff we got to make sure we are keeping our eyes on for all the goofy shit, ladies and gentlemen. We got to make sure that we're keeping our eyes out for all of this wild shit. But I got the track right here for y'all. I got another track. Now, here's what we need to know. And this is what's getting a lot of folks scared. The grassroots, Black American grassroots, is sounding a lot different coming up to this next election term here. They're not sounding like the old Negroes from back in the day, right? The tune is a little different. And folks want to know what the hell is going on, you know? So we got an activist out there in Chicago. Shout out to brother Mark
He ain't
Carter.
in the church. They didn't go to church for this one.
You know, they said, hold on, this Negro sounds different, but I'll let y'all be the judge.
in their minds that makes them believe that they'll do this to us and we do nothing in return. This is not just for Chicago for us. We've reached all across the country to send them a message. We're going to flip America red. We're going to send the strongest message to the Democratic Party that Black America, Black Chicago has ever seen. Or should I say Democrat Chicago and Democrat America has ever seen. Black America is about to rise up now that we are the mothers and fathers. We're saying Trump 2024 across America for Black America.
That's what the word on the street is.
So why that white man got a face like that for?
Because he's like, all right, well, you know what? I can line up with this guy temporarily. Because you know what? We've dealt with them before. You know, and listen, here's the truth of the matter. We've dealt with them before. You know, and all of them ain't bad. My cape ain't on, but all of them ain't bad. Some of them I fuck with them. And and listen, to keep it very, very simple, we collectively have a big immigration problem. And that Negro that just spoke, brother Mark Carter, he don't sound like the old, oh, well, let them on come through.
Sounded
It's
like
plenty.
the D9.
It's plenty to go around type of talk. That don't sound like the same Negroes that we
NAACP.
right. These ain't the same Negroes that we controlled all these years. Who is this man? You know what I mean? So it's a different time right now. But see, also, here's the thing as well. They know that a lot of folks ain't really beat on just keep giving things away. In Chicago, they're watching folks freeze to death, y'all. They watch folks freeze to death, which major media isn't really covering, especially that Democrat side, not covering Black Americans, homeless Black Americans freezing to death, right? In a couple of those last storms that just dropped down, while they give them shelter, taking kids out of schools, shutting schools down, and giving them shelter inside the schools, while leaving Black American homeless people on the streets to fend for themselves. This is the truth of the matter, right? So now you got Chicago standing up. You got Chicago standing up, right? But here's what I really want to take it to. We're going to go to the real stuff now, y'all. We're going to go to the real. I need to give y'all the real reason why they're allowing this to go on. This is what I wanted y'all to stick around for. Okay? Now, shout out to Redacted. That's another program I really rock with. And they helped me out with a receipt here. But ladies and gentlemen, woof, when I tell you that when you find out why they're really here, it's not going to sit that well with you. And the fact that they've been running this play for a long time, setting it up right in front of our faces, like they always do. They're pretty bold with it. So let's go ahead and play this real quick.
The United States Army just had a shortfall in recruiting. They are literally tens of thousands of personnel short of what their authorized manning strength is, which means instead of expanding the U.S. Army, they have to shrink it. They don't have enough men or women to fill the ranks. And so certain units, certain capabilities are being taken down to zero because you don't have manpower to do this. And now Congress is talking about beefing up with what? Are you going to go to a draft? Have you run that by the American people?
Yeah. How
Ladies and gentlemen, did y'all hear that?
Where's the automation at?
I said, did y'all hear that, ladies and gentlemen? Again, many of us has been running around here. Many of us have been running around saying they're letting military age men come over here, quote unquote, seeking refuge. And while they're letting those headlines go out, y'all, all over the place, headlines going out everywhere. Oh, these are these are asylum seekers here. You know, let's let them all in. They got no place to go. They're probably getting, attacked by the mafia and different stuff over there in their country. We got to let them in, but it was no families. It was only military age men, Asians, all type of folks. So let's go ahead and play the rest of this. Here's the deviant part, y'all. Open your eyes, lock in. Here's the fucked up part. I need y'all to lock in. I'm about to play some shit that's gonna fuck you up. I'm about to play something. Did you hear me? I'm about to play something.
Line of illegal immigrants standing here, just being brought into the United States with their luggage in hand, just standing here with just like a simple little backpack. Why is this happening? Well, up in early December, Dick Durbin, senator from Illinois, thank you, was on the floor of Congress, and he explained why all of these people are here potentially.
All right, family, brace yourselves.
Recordings just got better.
Brace yourselves.
Hey, it's
ladies
Dana from
and
StreamYard.
gentlemen.
I'm so excited to announce that.
What troubles me about the
Brace yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. Again, where is he from? Senator, right? It's a United States Senator, y'all. It's a United States Senator, family. Where's everybody in here? Let me get some likes, some shares. Some likes, some shares, y'all. This is the juicy part that y'all need. Y'all need this right here. We're going to make it make sense right now. Right now.
Debate now about the southern border is it is one half of the immigration equation. Yes, we need order at the border. Yes, we need to have changes in the laws that reflect the reality of the overwhelming numbers from all over the world who are coming to our shores and our border. But there's also an incredible demand for legal immigration into this country even now. The presiding officer, my colleague from the state of Illinois, has legislation which addresses one aspect of that. Her bill, and I hope I describe it accurately, says that if you're an undocumented person in this country and you can pass the physical and the required test, background test, the like, you can serve in our military, and if you do it honorably, we will make you citizens of the United States. Do we need that? Do you know what the recruiting numbers are at the Army and the Navy and the Air Force? They can't reach their quotas each month. They can't find enough people to join our military forces. And there are those who are undocumented who want the chance to serve and risk their lives for this country. Should we give them the chance? I think we should.
Did we hear that?
Wait. What's that senator's background? Is he's a Democrat, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the reason why I'm bringing that up is because you got this silly guy saying that in California they're allowing illegals to have access to be police officers. See, they're arming these individuals with the latest of defense weapons, if you get what I mean. This is very problematic. This is beyond treason. Like we need to be really looking into the backgrounds of these type of individuals that's making these type of policies that are against our community.
Well, brother Negro. We yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I might have to play that back one more time, brother Negro. I don't think people understood what kind of receipt I just dropped on their heads. This is an admission, ladies and gentlemen, that the Democratic Party knew all along and intentionally did this, letting military age men, while everybody's asking the question, why are there so many men here? Where are their family members at? Where their family? Right? No, it's only dudes. Okay? Your Democratic Party has been committing treason during this whole Biden administration. The whole time. Ladies and gentlemen. Because again, I'm going to attach one of my broadcasts I did. Listen, nobody's enrolling in the Army, the military. The only people going into right now, I think the only people really getting it popping is the Marines.
Wait, but you know the reasons why, brother Chef? You know the reason why. See, I worked at the government sites back in the day, doing private security work, and
Yes,
I saw firsthand. I'm gonna tell you the goddamn reason why. These guys, they allow just anybody into the military. Unfortunately, these days, like that "don't ask, don't tell" policy is what softened up the military, where people don't want to be on the boat with a fruit cup. I'm just gonna keep it 1,000 with you. People don't want to be you out here. You have to like they allow too much hanky panky these days. And certain things like I'm kind of old school, so like some of that stuff wouldn't fly with me. So now they're missing out on a lot of opportunity because they promote certain things and certain values, if you get what I mean. Their recruitment and retention is down over 2% of the goddamn United States. These guys make up 2%, right? But they're catering with pronouns and all this other crazy stuff. These guys could wear, as long as there's military issues, they could wear a military dress if they're a part of that community or whatever. Like it could get really crazy. So like, who wants to honestly serve the country with a GI, with a HEI Jane, if you get what I mean? A HEI Jane.
Very interesting, brother Negro. This is the information that we're talking about here. Shout out to cats that's shadow watching too. Like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that Cash App and that Venmo. You understand? Listen, this is the information that America needs to know. So you think while this treasonous president is in office, that there's going to be a stop to illegal immigrants coming over here? When you got a Democrat senator just told you, can we all agree that we need these illegal immigrants over here? And in return, we'll send them to war for us. Bruh, listen. See, nobody makes these decisions. Nobody addresses the public and see if that's something that we want to do. Instead, they post these people up in our communities, Black American communities. Chicago, they got quote unquote tents right outside of the police station where some of these illegal immigrants are doing prostitution. Coke Sharpton saw that. Shorty got out the tent after topping somebody, after doing some wild stuff, and went right inside the police station to get with her family. So they out there tricking in front of the police station in their tents and going to lay their heads inside the police department, inside the schools that they take from these little toddlers and these kids, right? Tell them go somewhere else. And they post them up in neighborhoods, low economic neighborhoods. Predominantly, they know it's Black communities. They also know it's a lot of single mothers live in these communities. A lot of them family members, some of this stuff is getting broken into. These folks are wanderers, right? They're not staying where they got dropped off. They're wandering through the neighborhoods. It is a dangerous situation, but no, you leave it to this shitty senator here, good old dickhead, who's saying, let them through because we need some people to go to war. Got you. Why don't you tell your friends to stop going to these different countries and terrorizing people? That's what you're doing, right? While America portrays to us that is so moral. Nah, you're going over there and you're being the terrorist. You're going to everybody's country and you're fucking with them. America, we know. You can put out whatever propaganda you want, but real Americans know that y'all are the true terrorists and you giving us a bad name. Because we ain't even on that type of time. We want to mind our own business, but y'all out here bullying folks, invading folks, dropping bombs on folks. And I don't even mean the Funk Flex kind. This is tyranny. And then you think when they get over here, they're going to be cool with us? Is you out your goddamn mind? You blew my shit up and I'm supposed to come through and smile in your face? You out your goddamn mind. So now we got sleeper cells among us, making it a very hostile environment for which we live and think that shit is sweet. Ain't nobody safe because America made it unsafe to be an American in America. We got to be clear about what's going on right now. Domestic terrorism is just as bad as foreign. And it's starting at home and it branches out, quote unquote, home. We got cats coming around us, smiling and talking about, hold on, we want to go ahead and free the folks over there from that dictatorship. They pulled the play with fucking Fidel Castro. Then they went over there to fucking Afghanistan. This shit is you got me messed up. I'm not playing. Listen, man.
Hey, brother Chef.
Yes, sir.
I just threw something in the chat for you to look at. I don't think it's appropriate for them to have people who illegally crossed our borders and then giving them military weapons and training and skill set that could be weaponized and used against us on American soil.
Correct.
That was I posted up an article from the U.S. Navy, and this is in regards to the Justice Department, Government Department documentation that I got, and it's talking about the U.S. Navy sailor. I'm not even gonna pronounce these guys. He goes by Patrick Wee, but he has some messed up name. Not from United States. Was arrested yesterday on espionage charges as he arrived to work at the Navy base in San Diego, the home port of the Pacific Fleet. He was indicted for conspiracy to send national defense information to an intelligent officer working for the People's Republic of China.
Crazy.
And you got this jackass. You got this jackass over here talking about, they have a right, long as they're fighting. They could be given resources, weapons, you name it. Why don't you just give them the launch codes? This guy, I'm sorry to go off, man, but this is crazy, man.
Man, brother Negro, we are in a different time. We are in a very dangerous time. The war, quote unquote, has been brought home. Right? As The Rock would say, and finally, the war has come back to the United States. But now you want to give niggas refuge. Is you out your damn mind? You think that by putting weapons in the hands of people you once terrorized and think that a good amount of them wouldn't then turn those very weapons on you because you offer them citizenship? You gotta be out your mother freaking mind. And the only people that are in danger, the only ones who are in danger, and it makes sense why all of these fuckers are building bunkers all over the place. Huh? But see, they might say, oh, Chef, you on your conspiracy time now. No. Y'all know what y'all doing. Blow all this shit, get all this shit up out the way, right? And leave the unassuming citizen who just really trying to put some food on the table, right? Mind their own business, take their kids to school, build some memories. You are bringing the war to their doorstep. You have made it unsafe for them to move freely in their own freaking communities. This is treason. I want to bring some stats to y'all. Shout out to everybody that's tapping in. All right. I want to bring some stats to y'all. Since the Biden administration has come in, right? Now, to be very clear, the country's debt was at $26 trillion when Biden first got in. It is now sitting at a whopping, in 4 years, y'all, not even a full 4 years. It is now sitting at a whopping $35 trillion, y'all. $35 trillion is sitting at right now. The debt. Okay. And guess what? We are paying for it. It's not because they put the money back into us. It's because you got a shit for brain president who keeps sending it out. Afghan. This war. Okay. Hamas. Ukraine. These illegal immigrants that are here now. It's because of this treasonous administration that this national debt is at an all-time high. We're talking about interest rates skyrocketed, ladies and gentlemen. You don't think American citizens, especially Black Americans, but I got you Americans as well, okay, can't use $7,000 a month right now? Interest in so many different ways are at all-time high, right? 8% on homes, ladies and gentlemen. 8%. Late night cook up. You went here with Chef C. Late night cook up. 8%. Tinkering between 7 and 8% on houses right now. Okay. Credit cards, 27% and up right now. Okay. Interest is through the roof, and they're sending money out all over the place. Ukrainian president just bought a $20 million mansion in Florida. 20 million. 20 million. Their president bought a mansion over here. He took the money that the U.S., aka Biden, bitch ass, was sending over there and brought it back and brought himself a mansion, y'all, of taxpayers' money. If y'all not liking, sharing, subscribe right now, don't play. Like, share, and subscribe. You getting it real from me tonight. Early morning time. Cook up. Chef C style.
Hey, brother Chef, can I chap in for real quick and share something with you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So, I'm going to school, right? I'm taking a course in human trafficking. So, when it comes to human trafficking, I'm from the bloodline of the people from the boat. So I'm looking at it's like, yo, they human trafficked us, but they ain't give us no form of reparations, restitution, and so forth, right? But they have these terms like white slavery, modern day slavery, you know, and some of this is built upon of them consenting. So they are participating in breaking the law when they participating in like mail order brides or getting coyoted across the border, these type of things, right? So now I'm going to even break it down to even more thing. Well, we're asking for lineage-based reparations. Underneath the term modern slavery, I posted it all in the chat for you.
Yes, sir.
They get a fund of $150 million in programs. And they're currently expanding around 27 countries around the world. All right, that's the first one. The human trafficking, the white slavery thing that they talk about, quote unquote, they award $101 million from the Justice Department. So they're peeling out all types of money and resources for this quote unquote slavery that they're talking about or human trafficking, but the descendants of the real human trafficking, murder and whatnot and everything else, we don't get a dime. So that was kind of like my argument towards some of the people in class, like, What's the point of like? And the craziest thing about it is, you go and ask those Karens and that Asian Ling Ling chick or what or wherever like Latina lady, whatever you whatnot. You ask them, should the Negro get reparations? They're gonna tell you no, but yet still they want to ask for repair. Um, they want to ask for repair from them for participating in breaking the law. Remember when Joe Biden said that he wanted to give them reparations at the border?
Come on. Come with it.
See, like, you got me going on a stroll about this because
Come on with that. Come with that.
Yeah. So like, this is the reason why I'm breaking this down and making our family aware that they're already getting funds up front for this situation right now, and they're getting funds on the back and say, "Oh, we were injured too." So these guys are walking out with fat pockets, brother. So I'm just breaking it down for you. And then on top of that, these resources break it down to also training, also rooming, housing, food, you name it.
Come on, talk about that training. See, that's the thing. Dude, they're getting stipends.
Yes, and they get integrated back into the society and stuff as well. So those are just one of the things that I wanted to talk about. And this jackass right here, this guy, yeah, he got the right name, Dick Durbin. That guy right there, Dickhead Durbin.
Right.
Yeah, that guy right here. It's guys like him that will abuse the system. See, this is why I was getting mad at some of these politicians and their platforms, saying that they want to pay them $1 million for them to leave the country if they get a vote or whatever. And I'm looking at their candidacy right now. It's problematic a little bit because, like, they're getting money on every stop of the corner, and we can't even get nothing.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
So that was just one of the things I just wanted to highlight. And just make our people aware about how pervasive these policies that Biden genocide Joe he elevated from Jim Crow to genocide Joe now.
Yeah, talk that.
He's a goddamn President Pokemon card.
Nigga, shout out to the Negro in the building, ladies and gentlemen. That is a receipt. If I ever heard it, that's a receipt, y'all. The brother came with a real certified receipt. Okay? You can be mad. You can feel whatever way you want to feel. Shout out to everybody that's tapping in on an early morning. Okay? But it's some receipts being shown in here. For those of y'all stay right where y'all are. Y'all in here right now. Let me play something that's going to have you hot. Because as people are still asking the question, why are they letting so many illegal immigrants in here? Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you, this senator, a New Orleans senator, I believe where he's from, he's going to tell you why they're letting so many through. Just so it's no longer a mystery, y'all. Okay. It's no longer going to be a mystery why all of these military age men are being allowed to come to our country. Open your ears.
Now, with the southern border, is it is one half of the immigration equation. Yes, we need order at the border. Yes, we need to have changes in the laws that reflect the reality of the overwhelming numbers from all over the world who are coming to our shores and our border. But there's also an incredible demand for legal immigration into this country even now. The presiding officer, my colleague from the state of Illinois, has legislation which addresses one aspect of that. Her bill, and I hope I describe it accurately, says that if you're an undocumented person in this country and you can pass the physical and the required test, background test, the like, you can serve in our military, and if you do it honorably, we will make you citizens of the United States. Do we need that? Do you know what the recruiting numbers are at the Army and the Navy and the Air Force? They can't reach their quotas each month. They can't find enough people to join our military forces. And there are those who are undocumented who want the chance to serve and risk their lives for this country. Should we give them a chance? I think we should.
So, if you were confused why you're seeing more men, quote unquote, seeking asylum, that's why you're seeing it. This administration has been running the place since they got in from the very beginning. During quarantine, while they're saying they weren't mandating shit and then later on mandated. While they told us, hey, they was just giving people asylum coming over the border, right? Because they fear for their lives over there. When they really know that they're assembling an army, right? They're financing, they're feeding, etc. an army, but they're telling you they're giving asylum to these folks.
Hey, Brother Chef, can I check in for a second about this?
Yes, sir.
I'm actually kind of heated about this because our ancestors fought in every war. You know what I mean? They would have never won war without the support of our people. But yet still, they antagonize our black soldiers. They racialize our black men, or they harass these black men and women in uniforms, like the one in the VA. They don't get the loans and stuff that's required, or that they have went to combat and served for. You know, they don't get what's rewarded. Shout out to the Navy Federal. And then you have this incident that's going on right here. But their strategy, instead of them getting rid of the white supremacy elements that are in these armed services and whatnot, they're going to keep that, but get rid of the black people who actually made your military great.
Right.
That's making us defenseless as a nation. I don't agree with that morally, ethically. I think that this is an abomination, you know, and it's beyond treason. So the black man can't be there's no space in uniform for the black man, but there's space in uniform for these guys who don't even want to pick up the gun for their native country.
Right. Come on.
So that was just some of the things that I just wanted to tap on a little bit, and the reason why I'm like a little frustrated, you know, like, it just really driving me up a wall this morning.
Well, you know, listen, my question is this. Okay, should they go into and fight on behalf of us, quote unquote, for citizenship, right? Because listen, what I heard, and this is what bothers me, this is what I heard when I heard this man say this. Remember, those quote unquote forefathers said to our people as well, Black Americans, that, hey, if you go and you fight in this Confederate, right? If you fight on this one side or whatever it is, you'll be given freedom after that. So now, and then everybody knows what happened. They were not given any freedom. They were treated worse. Peace to brother. My brother Harriet. Peace to you, bro. Definitely, if you feel like tapping in on this conversation, man, don't hesitate. You can tap in. The link is in there. They told our ancestors, you fight in this thing, you're gonna have your freedom. Okay. Now they're telling these folks, if you fight in this world, in this war, right, you're gonna get U.S. citizenship. Same thing, just a different day. Running the play. See, I got to make it make historical sense. I got to make it make historical treasonous sense.
Well, Chef, if you want to go historical on that, history oftentimes repeats itself. You know, well, history doesn't repeat itself, but it sure does rhyme. So they got a modern 100 years ago, 200 years ago, they got a modern day Tammany Hall going on. But if you really wake it up in New York City, that it hasn't changed. I believe the building still has the Fez hat on the top of it, and we ain't talking Moorish.
Come on.
And Tammany Hall,
Right.
especially when you get back to Boss Tweed and all of that, go back to around when the Civil War is popping off. They had the Italians and the Irish coming in, swamping it in. You know, they tried to whitewash us with the gangs in New York. But let's be very clear, when they came in here, it was the exact same situation, and it was the same debauchery going on with Tammany Hall as well. And yes, they were Democrats, and no Republicans you can't get off the hook as well, because we'll get to you copperheads.
Right. Come on with that. Yeah.
Those Confederate sympathizers from New York City that were funding the Confederate side of the Civil War. See, two parties. You got to be kidding me, man. Tammany Hall was responsible for, we're going to get all these immigrants from Ireland and Italy up in here. No, they're not white. No, they are not white. And we're going to draft them. We're going to draft them. So we need to also, you know, I'm on Negroes time. It's a cautionary tale. We need to watch that backlash too as well, because that was a time when, and no, we weren't 3/5 of a man. Stop that nonsense. We were 3/5 of a voting population. And no Roland Martin, no Roland Martin populationized is not a fucking word, you grad, but you're walking the burning sands. But I digress. So Tammany Hall, keep a focus on that, because they're running the same play. As we know, the way the game of America, the experiment, is just a handful of chess moves, but they take generations to play them out, and they keep running the same chess moves. Tammany Hall is what we're looking at right now, and replace the Irish and those Italians with, we got Venezuela and Mexico fighting down in the barrio in Bed-Stuy. And you know what? When they told them, for you to be a citizen, you got to go down there to that Civil War and arm up, they said, no, we got to ride on these niggas out here on Northport. We got to ride on these niggas out here in downtown Manhattan and knock them out of the pharmaceutical industry. Salute to the first pharmacy black man that's still in Brooklyn to today, because they got burnt out. We got to go up to Harlem area and burn down these children orphanages, why? Because we want to stay here and eat all of the good Juniors and Grimaldis and all of that shit. We just got here. We got real pasta in Little Italy. We just came from Italy.
Easy, Coke Sharp. Easy. Oh, man.
Yeah. See, they didn't want to be dead in the middle of Little Italy. You understand what I'm saying? They didn't want that. They didn't want to go down and be dead in the middle of Dothan, Alabama. They didn't want any of that, but they did know how to ride on. They are already trained from their Sicilians. They know how to ride on them folk. So that's all Tammany Hall was set up to do. And the thing is, all those gangs in New York and all of those different sanctions, these gangs were political parties. These guys were thugs around there, the Bowery Boys, all of that bullshit, man. It's the exact same thing that's going on. It's just Bowery Boys 2.0.
Man, come on, easy. We got Coke Sharpton in here really cooking. 2.0. Family, they said, we're going to mix it in the pot, remix it, and put it back out. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, niggas. Don't try to fix it. Right? We got the ball. We got the motion. Shout out to Harriet Tubman in the chat right now. He said the U.S. Navy is now letting in people with no high school diploma or GED. Listen, so if they're doing that, you know it ain't nothing for them to go ahead and let an illegal immigrant, quote unquote, seeking asylum on board. All of these plays is being ran. And it's crazy to me, you know, I'll try not to go too far in the way I think about this, y'all. But we gotta be realistic in this thing, man. The stories that they let get out about the treasonous acts and the things that we had to fight for, etc., and then see it done in real time. Like, we're alive to see 2.0. Do y'all realize that? Our families getting into the 23rd Battalion, if you know about the 23rd, these brothers, huh? Coach Sharpton, can we talk about the 23rd? The Union. These brothers jumping and doing what they got to do, trying to free other slaves. Huh? Say you go ahead and you jump into this, you're going to get your freedom. Right? And now to take Alejandro, Enrique, huh? Ungundu, huh? Jackie Chan. Listen, Zane, and tell these same military age men that you come over here, right? You fight for America, and you can be all you can be in the army, the United States Army, and come back and be able to get whatever you want. But see, here's the difference, ladies and gentlemen. Because they're already being treated like royalty compared to the actual citizens of this country, they won't face the same fate as our ancestors upon return, which is lynching, starvation. I'm not going to get into it, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, Chef, what you talking about, man? They giving out free Bad Bunny tickets at the recruitment offices.
Come on, man. This is what I'm saying. We're looking at something way more insidious here, right? Way more insidious, ladies and gentlemen. However, again, at this stage of the game, I got no problem lining up with a Hispanic who say, I don't want abuela illegal ass coming over here. She didn't do the paperwork like I did. That's the type of time I'm on. I'm okay with the McConnell saying, listen, Granny can't come over. She didn't go through the legal process like I did. Right? And so on and so forth. The Chings, you can't come over. You didn't do it the legal way. I'm okay with lining up with cats like that to say, get them the fuck up out of here. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why they ran the fucking play on Trump. Okay? $83 million for a defamation case, quote unquote, happening in the 1990s. Right? Quote unquote, the defamation happened during that time. Tried to pull a Cosby. Apparently, no statute of limitation to be found anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. And because Trump is the only president and even candidate who was really talking and had a fucking dog shit chance of actually winning this thing, talking the way he talked, they said, listen, man, we gotta throw something at this nigga. Hopefully get him to fucking steal some of the campaign funds. Then we can track him down like that. So, ladies and gentlemen, when I say to you treason, Trump has to pay $83 million for defamation. What's really the play here? The play is get him out of the way because he's the only one who stands in the way of building their second army. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank everybody for joining me here today.
Wait, brother Chef.
Yes, sir.
Did you check your email? Remember that picture that I sent you, or that I said that guy looked like Roland Martin, looked like the from Bebe Kids, the father.
Right.
I sent you the picture of the screenshot. You gonna laugh?
Yeah, it didn't come up, sir. But that's okay. Listen, we can get it on the next one. Again, I got our great elder today here, who's going to be tapping in today's broadcast around at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got a legend, a stomp down advocate, gonna be in the building today, Dr. Claude Anderson, the progenitor, the resilient, stomp down author, writer, Powernomics, will be in here 3 p.m. today, ladies and gentlemen, Saturday. Okay. Now I'm blessed to have this elder come through with us. I'm gonna start with Brother Coke Sharpton. Any last words from you, sir? What's on your mind?
I want to say thanks for giving me the opportunity to come up here while I bag up this work for these Democratic shills out here. You know, they're gonna be looking for these blue tops. Come 6 a.m.
Hey, Brother Coke, your mic is messed up. I can't hear you, sir.
Testing 1 2 3. Testing
Still,
1 2.
Yeah, still can't hear you, sir.
Yeah, can you hear me? Testing.
Yeah, you a little bit better. Yes, sir.
Yeah, my bad. I'm over here bagging up these blue cap works for these Democratic chills in the morning with their butter biscuits. They're gonna need their fix. I wanted to say this is a great topic. You really dug in and got right to the rooter of the tutor. And I just have for all the listeners out there, when you hear the word asylum seeker, when you hear that word asylum, don't just think it's a roof over their head. Think straight jackets too. Do your Googles on a man named Sean Nelson. That's Sean Nelson, aka the San Diego Tank Rampager. And
say that again. Sean
Nelson. I put it in the chat. And just the gist of it is that the man went to war and he comes back, he can barely even afford to pay his bills. So he went to San Diego, right there where y'all
Brother Coke, your mic is really, really bad, sir.
I'm signing off. I'm whipping the wrist.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Brother Coke Sharpton, tapping in with us. Brother Coke Sharpton in the building, y'all. We got my brother Negro. What's on your mind, sir? What's on your mind to bring us on up out of here?
I want to say, brother, thank you for allowing me to pop up on the stage. It was awesome cooking, chopping it up with you about this. Definitely going to look more about this illegal immigration situation, especially since many different factions within the United States. Now I see that this falls into the Department of Defense, stuff of that nature that's invested into the immigration. So it's not just the politicians, it's not just the commercialism and stuff of that nature. No, it's the military that wants them as well.
Right.
That's changes. That puts a whole different spin and perspective on it. So I want to say salute to you. Thanks for sharing. And thanks for informing me about that too as well.
Absolutely, sir. And I would like for you to let everybody know about your platform, Brother Negro.
Yes. I'm the Negro Black Knights Heritage Club. This is an organization that deals with protecting and preserving the lineage-based collective community. You're welcome to join us on our platforms. We're on YouTube, Twitter, and also on Black platforms as well. Black-owned, Negro-owned, Black-owned social media outlets. So I definitely think that that's vital and important as well. So you can catch us anywhere where social media is found.
Yes, sir, Brother Negro. Much appreciated to you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the Negro tapping out. Ladies and gentlemen, much appreciated to that brother there as well for being with us. I want to say this, ladies and gentlemen, again, If you have not subscribed, okay, make sure you do so. Again, we have the elder tapping in today, ladies and gentlemen. The elder will be in the kitchen to cook it up with us today, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Honorable Dr. Claude Anderson. All right. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, to also feel free to hit that Cash App. We are a growing platform. Anything is always appreciated as well, ladies and gentlemen. Never forget that. But in addition, don't hesitate to go over to our other platform, From the Soil TV, From the Soil.tv as well. Get your merch and everything else, family. We got aprons out there so you can cook it up properly. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, in a system of white degeneracy, you stand for nothing, you fall for anything. I'm Chef C, and I'm out.